And now, more fuckery from the nice guys. Be sure to wash your hands after listening and wait 30 minutes before swimming.
My brain goes to, okay, well, we'll just keep it in an hour. And as soon as I approach like 50 minutes, I'm like, I got like 7 more things to talk about. I can't stop talking.
So let me ask you, do you believe in UFOs, astral projections, mental telepathy, ESP, clairvoyance, spirit photography, telekinetic movement, full trance mediums, the Loch Ness Monster, and the nice guys on business? Most days, they take their meds. This is not one of those days. Welcome to Fuckery with the Nice Guys. No interviews, no business content. Just your 2 favorite slack-jawed mouth breathers ranting about whatever. Now, strap yourselves in for Nice Guys Fuckery with the king
and queen
of fuckery, Doug Sandler and
Erica Ross Krieger.
I am doing it. I just hit record. You know, this is like a kamikaze version of the Nice Guys Fuckery, because I have a feeling, since Strick doesn't realize I'm even going to be recording today, he'll come home to either, what the fuck are you doing? Or, oh, thank God he did that.
Well, so, text him.
No.
All right.
I'd much rather
record 2 episodes. In fact, Emily and I were talking about this, about how today, in fact, or earlier, texting back and forth, how we really wish today were Friday. I don't know what it is. It's like, just needs to be Friday already so we can listen to fuckery. You know what I think, Doug? I think you guys need to treat us to a solid fuck-long week of fuckery. A week of fuckery.
I like this.
5 days in a row.
Clear our schedule and just overdose with fuckery.
Oh, totally. And soon, please.
I'm into it. I like this. I was thinking about what I would like better. Would I like better if I was out of town to come home knowing something was taken care of where I didn't assume it would be taken care of, because I thought, I don't even know that he knows I'm going away on tomorrow. So I don't. So I guess he's got a business to run while I'm out of town. But I've run it for a couple of days while he was out of town. But he did run it for a week while I was 2 weeks while I was in Italy. So I don't know. I just figure I'd much rather beg forgiveness than ask permission. So I'm in it.
That's the way I live.
Well, if I were to say, hey, Strick, I'm not going to be in town on Wednesday or Thursday, can you find somebody to record with you? Erica, I know, would want to do it, but then I'm like, well, then he gets Erica. That's not fair to me. So,
oh, pull me. Nah, this will be great. I think that he'll be pleasantly surprised, and if I know Strickland, he'll be relieved.
So I tend to agree with you. And all right, so let me start here. I don't know if this is going to be inappropriate, what I'm about to say, or appropriate based upon the fact that you and I are good friends. I was in the shower thinking of Steve. Now, is that a good way to start an episode?
Steve, my husband, or Steve O'Brien?
No, not Steve O'Brien. Steve.
Oh.
I haven't thought of Steve O'Brien in quite some time, because
especially not in the shower.
No. Definitely not in the shower. But I was thinking of your husband while I was in the shower, because and whatever answer you provide is fine. I won't. Nobody has to know except for our loyal fans.
Or I'll plead the fifth. Okay, go.
All right. I was in there using some of my Tiege Hanley products, and I was wondering, does Steve still use any of the products?
Oh, he does. Absolutely, he does. He is like a loyal user, and that's how it is. Steve is, once he gets onto something, and that may take a while, but once he does, forget it. He's there for life. Now, there are a few of the products that it came with that he doesn't use. One of them is that. The scrub. It's just too harsh on his skin.
It is pretty harsh. I don't reorder. So I came off of the box and created my own subscription for my own. Is that what he did too?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
So then my follow-up question, not because I was in the shower, but maybe some other sensitive area. Does he use the powder? Do you know if he uses the powder? I'll simply tell you the name.
No, I think he does not, because he's not he's not a powder guy.
Okay, so the name of the powder is Balls. It's for those.
Got it. Oh, maybe he doesn't even know there's that. But
it's a new product. It's a new product. It's only been out for I think a few months, or I didn't realize they even had it. But if I had to get rid of every other product with the exception,
you'd go with the Balls product.
Balls, just Balls all the way.
Oh.
So
all right.
tell him.
Well, I will
Balls.
tell him. Hey, it keeps you comfy.
It does. It totally does. It's not even the dryness that it creates in the cornstarch that the powder has. And by the way, Nice Guy Community, they are not a sponsor of the show. This is not a paid for advertisement. It is just because I love the product itself. I do love several of the products. The Balls product, by far my number one product. I also do love the serum. Very good product that I put on my face.
He likes that. Steve likes that too.
I use the PM product, both AM and PM, which is the moisturizer for your face. I don't want the sunscreen. I don't like the extra thickness the sunscreen provides.
I believe that he is doing the same. So you guys are, there you go. So now the question about the powder stuff brings up for me, I don't know, maybe all your listeners too. And you don't have to answer this one. Boxers or briefs?
Yes. So truly the answer is yes. So during the day, I am a briefs guy. I like the added support that briefs can provide. And I kind of like the condensed version of it makes my package look bigger. All right, let's cut down to the facts here. Strickland doesn't need it. I do. All right. The other thing I like about boxers as opposed to briefs is that when in the evening, another one of our sponsors, which is was our sponsor, was, or maybe never, but maybe because they did give us a whole bunch of products.
Was Tommy John's?
Pair of Thieves.
Oh, Pair of Thieves. No, Steve's a Tommy John's guy.
Okay, I've never tried the Tommy John's. Tommy John's or Tommy Hilfiger?
No, Tommy John's.
I thought Tommy John's, wasn't that a pitcher? Sure, it's Tommy John's. Maybe
I don't know my pictures, but I know my underwear.
Okay, all right.
Tommy John's, and that's his go-to.
Okay, so I am a Pair of Thieves a pajamas guy. So I wear their lounge pants and their boxers, and I love those too because again, just the right amount of support, but enough moving around room. I don't like to feel constricted when I'm sleeping. I'd rather sleep.
So but the question is, so do you need the powder because of one of the other or no? Like Steve's not a boxers guy. Steve's
unrelated.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'm getting too personal.
Hold on. I think I'm disturbing JJ. Let me close my door. Just talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back.
All right, Nice Guys community. While Doug goes to the door, I promise when he comes back, we will just continue the conversation right. about boxers, briefs, and balls.
Okay.
And here he is.
So let me think about that for a second. In my first marriage, I have several relationships to use for this. In my first marriage, I was a full pajama guy. I was always white t-shirt, Hanes t-shirt, and boxer shorts, loose boxer shorts for pajamas. My second relationship, I felt a little less constrained and I wanted to be more free. So slept in nothing at all. And it was a great relationship. There was a lot of sex in that relationship, much more than my first relationship. And I think that was related to the fact that that neither of us slept in anything because it makes it too easy to access everything.
There you go.
And then in this relationship, I sleep with just my boxer shorts on. And the sex part I don't care about anymore, so it doesn't matter. And
powder is not related to what you wear or what you don't wear.
No, it is just in a warmer climate, it's just a cooling agent.
Got it. Well, I will tell Steve about that. And speaking of warmer climates, so I'm in Northern California, San Francisco Bay Area, East Bay, hot as heck. And I think today we were hotter than you are in Ojai today.
Yeah, today was a cool day here. It was probably didn't get out of the low 70s, upper 60s. What do you got up there right now?
Well, yesterday it was hotter, but today I think only 83.
Now, a lot of the Northern California homes do not have AC because they're not.
Oh, it's on right now. And I have a neurological challenge. I won't go into it more, but I need to be cool. In fact, poor Steve, speaking of Steve, needs extra blankets at night because I need it very cool 24/7. In fact, you don't even want to know what our PG&E, you don't have PG&E down there, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm probably paying the CEO's salary.
Wow. I would say that our average, now we do have a whole house fan, so we can, do you have one of those? Because I'll tell you, it's a game changer. It's a game changer.
We have fans in every room. We have a house fan. I also need it really clean in here. So we have a whole new HVAC system that purifies the air, not only through a HEPA, but through a charcoal filter.
Wow.
It's like a clean, you could do surgery in this house.
Okay. So we're not quite that way. We open up the door and we live right next to a dump. So the dump air just comes right. No, just kidding. Oh. So
but you have cats and we don't.
We have cats, but our cats are during the day mainly outside or napping in on our bed. So I would say we experience probably an average during the summer of about $400 on our cooling bill. It might be a little higher, sometimes extremely higher if it's really, really hot. Wintertime gas bill is probably in the I don't know, we might be in the $200 range for gas. For electric, and another $100 for gas. So I would say on average we're probably spending $350 a month for gas and electric. Is that like a baby steps?
Yep. I'll say no more. Yeah, we're probably double that.
Wow. Well, if you need to keep it cool, and JJ does like it cool, so sometimes, like last night, I think we had 2 nights ago we had the AC on. And we have zoned heating, a heated mattress pad. So she's got a pad on her side. I have one on it's one, but it's just zones. I turned mine up, and she had hers off, and the AC was pouring on, and I was comfortable as possible because of that heating pad, which was great for me.
Cool. Hey, am I supposed to play the role of Strickland here and say, wait, and I'll do it? Oh, welcome back. I'm not Strickland Bonner, and on the other side of the microphone is Mr. Doug Sandler, and I'm Erica Ross Krieger.
This is such a delight to be able to have you here. I came to the table with absolutely no topics because I know that you and I could just have hours-long conversations and not have to really worry about any of the guardrails up. Now, you will need to provide.
We chew the fat. And I have to tell you, even before I got on this call, is the only one thing I did. I don't write anything else down other than this. And I said to Steve, he said, "What are you going to go do?" I said, "At 5 o'clock, I'm going to be on a call with Doug, and we're just going to chew the fat." And when I got done saying it, I thought, why the hell do we say chew the fat? Like, what is that? So I looked it up just for the heck of it. You want me to read it?
I'm going to go back to, it's probably an old English saying with a derivative of, they did eat a lot of fat, and it took a lot of time to have conversation around the dinner table. So that's what I'm going to say, but I have no idea.
So the idiom has its origins in North America, where the Native American people would meet with settlers and talk about their cultures while chewing on pork fat.
Wow. Okay, so it's kind of like eating Doritos, right? Because isn't Doritos like a lot of fat in them?
I don't know. I don't eat them, but I don't eat pork fat either, really, for that matter, other than if it's attached to a rib. And we then could segue to talking about ribs.
Oh, the smoker.
Oh, come on. Now, I want to hear about the smoker, but you've been talking about it a lot lately. One of the things you haven't talked about lately are your cars. How are your kids? How's Jewel? How's Joe? How's Jimmy?
That's right. You named the tractor. So.
I know. I want to hear about him.
I came home from Italy and Jimmy had a flat tire. I was very upset because they're the huge tires in the back. And I'm thinking, how much is this going to set me back? Because I still don't have really a purpose for Jimmy yet, other than it's a really good lawn ornament. I love just riding around. JJ's like, well, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't know. I don't have any purpose.
But so there's no, it's not monetized. You haven't monetized Jimmy or nothing?
No, I haven't. However, the truck and the car have been doing great. I usually have, I'd say during these months, the months of, where are we right now? We're in May as we record this, May of 2025. I would say it starts to pick up somewhere around April, and it won't stop until probably October or November. I usually have 1 or 2 rentals for each one of those every month. And I'm like, fuck it. I'm just gonna price it where it would make me want to leave my house, rather than the average price is $350 to rent a car or a truck for a photo shoot. Like, that's not enough to leave the house, drive an hour, pay the gas, have the photo shoot, sit there for 3 hours, drive an hour back.
No.
It's like half a day. I'm like, shit, I'm not doing that. So I charge $175 per hour. They can pick as many hours as they want, but it's a minimum of 3 hours. So I'm walking away with at least, what's that, five and a quarter for every shoot now. And that now is starting to be some good money.
That's okay. Yeah, that works.
And the Airbnb in the backyard also is starting to pay dividends too. And I'm more excited about that. There's some rules that I think some city rules that we're probably breaking. I don't want to really talk about it at all.
Oh, let's not even go there. As far as Jimmy goes, I don't know. Maybe you could like rig up a little thing on the back and take neighborhood kids out on a hayride in October and charge for it.
No, if I would trust it for that. But I'll tell you what I would like to do is I would like to get a little trailer attachment for the back of Joe so that I can take either Jimmy out on a like a little trailer that goes on the back to add to the decor package and charge a premium for that, of course.
Oh, sure.
Or get one of those tiny little, have you ever heard of a Shasta camper?
Are they the round, like they're
they're like round. They're old school, like 60s.
Yeah. Oh, I love those.
And they're tiny. They're only like, let's say 12 feet long. So it's not like a big thing that I'd have to trail or a real heavy thing because I'd be afraid of Joe's transmission with a big heavy trailer on the back like the Airstream. And using that as all of these shoots that I go to, they're usually on location. And the models, even like the high-end models, the ones that are making like 25 grand to do the shoots, they're changing in this little tiny portable like vinyl changing station.
Then you could charge them for the dress. That could be a portable dressing room.
Right, portable dressing room that I bring with me, or it just could be a portable snack room, or it could be another thing that they could use to shoot in the photo shoot too.
Oh my God. You're amazing.
So good. I'm on the hunt for a little trailer. I don't know where I'm going to keep it though. I don't know that JJ would be so excited for me to keep that on the driveway.
Oh shoot. So you may be up to your limit with vehicles.
I think you're right. I think I enjoy the two. I probably could have another vehicle because I could park that on the street. Nobody complains about my truck on the street.
They might, but I'll tell you on our street, and I hope my neighbor's not listening, but bless him, I love him anyway. So even if he is, he has I don't know what year it is. So I wouldn't even begin to guess. A very, 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 very old Cadillac.
Mm-hmm. I think I remember you telling me this before.
That has, and it's still there 20 years later. Doesn't use it. Doesn't go.
It doesn't move?
Doesn't move. It's rusting. He has a tarp over it. It looks like crap. The tires get deflated. Then he goes out and he pumps them up, but it still sits there. And he keeps saying, I think I want to sell it for the parts. I think I'm going to get rid of it. I think I'm going to get rid of it. It's like, okay. And I mean, this neighborhood, these are
dollar houses.
Big. Yes. And it's not fun. So I get when you hit your limit with how many vehicles are out there.
I forget what it's called. You still have to have it registered, but it's like a non-functioning unit. I forget what the initials are, like planned.
An NFU, a non-functioning unit.
Right, something like that. You have to still have it registered, but you register it as non-functioning. If you don't have it registered, anybody could make an anonymous call.
No, we've already tried. We've tried everything. Nope, it's registered. It's registered.
Got it. Oh, it's even registered. So and it's always the guy that says, I'm going to get to this one day. That fucking never gets to it. It's like, just use it or get rid of it. Why do you have it under?
And I'm like, hey, I'll make the call for you, sweetheart. I'll get them out here to tow it. Like, what do you want? And I'll do it. But
I wonder how much he wants for it.
I don't know. You want me to find out?
Yeah, I'm also
JJ
curious.
will kill me.
I'd also like to see a couple of photos with the cover off to see it. Does it eat? Would it? It could be in just nothing working, but ill taken care of. But would it start? Is it a seized engine or is it just a non-functioning engine?
I don't know all that, but I'll tell you what. I'll do my reconnaissance work and check in with you on a voicemail.
And I'd like to know. So here's the few bits of information. I would like to know the year, and the model of Cadillac that it is, and whether it's maybe a convertible or not a convertible.
It's not a convertible. I know that. It's white. It could be like points in the back. Yeah. I'm in like 1950-ish.
50 something, right? 50 something.
50 or Cadillac. 60 maybe at the most, I think. It's definitely it's 60 or earlier.
Yeah. And is
my
it
guess. I know there's red. I could see in the windows there's red upholstery inside of it.
Any rust, do you know?
Yeah. Well, what I hate when you can see in the back on the trunk, it looks like mold in the metal. And I'm like, I don't even want mold near me, let alone.
I don't know if it's mold in the metal. It could just be like completely like rotten. Right?
I don't know. I will find out what you might need to know.
Yeah.
And he may, for all I know, he may give it to you if you tow it out of here.
Well, I only have to go up to San Francisco County or whatever county you're in to collect it. I drove when I bought my Mustang, I bought it from a seller that was in San Francisco, and I drove it down to El Segundo, which was an 8-hour drive in the rain in January. I was a little bit afraid as I was driving this, not ever having driven a car that old before. But doesn't mean I wouldn't do it again now that I've done it once.
All right. Well, I'll get you the info. Hey, so last week I was going to call in for a voicemail, but when I found out you were going to record with me, I then said there's not going to be a voicemail from me, right?
Well, there are 2 voicemails from you because I had to check, and there was voicemail number 1, which went 3 minutes long. And then there was voicemail number 2. Now, was that you, or am I misreading the phone number on that?
No, that's me. Both of them were me. The first one cut me off. The second one, but I'd say, why listen to me? I'll just tell you it.
Okay, so I can skip so Nice Guy Community. We're about to take 5 minutes and 20 seconds of voicemail and turn it into 30 minutes of conversation. So watch how Erica and I magically do this. And then I had to sneak a peek because I needed to see if these were yours or anybody else's. And I don't generally do that because Ashley gives it to.
But do we have other voicemails?
There's 2 other voicemails.
Oh, good.
And Jared are those 2. So it will make it appropriate to not play the theme song from Jared music because I don't even know how to do that.
I don't know how to do it. We can sing it. We could sing it.
Well, I'm still battling with the voicemail from Jared. Screw the rest of y'all.
My solution to that, it's very freaking simple.
I know.
Get rid of 1 word and put in 2. Very simple.
All right, maybe when we get there,
you have to do is remove the word screw. That's it. And because he sings screw with 2 syllables, screw the rest of you all you have to do is put in and from 2 words instead of screw. How hard is that?
Well, you've heard when somebody is
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
The amount of work that goes into this.
I get it. But he could even voice over it.
I was listening to a show today. I had a guest. Let me find out the name of the guest because I may as well do this right. Hold on a second. Let me go to Monday.com. Then I got to look at my schedule. Whose show did I sit in on yesterday? Oh, Brandon Coleman from the Brand On show. Very nice show. Hold on a second. He's actually come way. Hey, did you start your podcast again? Are we producing episodes for you?
I haven't. I can't
remember.
No, we'll go back to that. So in January when things started happening with my mom, I said I was taking a break, and I didn't know how long the break would be. But no, I would never start podcasting without you. That.
I do know that, and I know you would have shared that information with me, and you would have used our services. But at the same time, I was like, I don't remember.
Yeah, I know. I got it. No, I have not. But that's a whole nother conversation.
So Nick Loper is the name of the guest that was on the Brand On show, starring Brand. How great a name is that? Brandon Bradon Coleman Jr. to have a show called The Brand On Show.
Well, that's probably why he did it. That's
self-fulfilling prophecy right there.
Totally brilliant.
And the fact that he is a branding expert even makes it even better. Those 3 things wrapped up together.
Nice.
Anywho, Nick Loper was on the show, and he was a great guest. He was as casual a guest as you could possibly be. And the reason he was so casual is because then I go over to his show, and I see that his show is in the top 2%, which is great. Not quite as good as 0.5% like the Nice Guys, but top 2% of all podcasts that are out there. He has nearly 1,000 episodes, I think, and he had 1,900 reviews of his show. I'm
Whoa.
like, what am I doing wrong? We only have 400. Nice Guy community. Here is the call to action. Please go over to Apple Podcast. I'm going to let Erica. Erica, could you give me the call to action to our community?
Go over to, here's the call to action. Do you have to tell me where though? Because otherwise I'll tell them.
Apple Podcast.
Go to Apple Podcast, write a damn good review for the show. And here's the thing. I think, Doug, let's make it really worth their while. You have between now and next week and ask 5 friends and let's see if we can get at least, I don't know, 500 seems like reasonable.
It's right around the corner. 500 is really right around the corner. Nice Guy community. We are just about there. I felt like I was not quite doing my job because Nick's got he's got this whole business that's running from his podcast. It's called the Side Hustle Podcast. And he talks about side hustles and he runs a bunch of side hustles. And I'm like, we just kind of shoot the shit on this show. We share really valuable content, but we never ask anybody to do anything other than call in and leave a voicemail or buy a Nice Guy community shirt or mug or something, which again, I can't understand why people aren't doing that. I don't care that you don't buy a shirt. Maybe Tim does because he set up the whole system.
Oh yeah,
we're just asking for a review. It doesn't seem to be
that's
that
not bad.
hard.
No, and if you write a review, then we'll put you on the show and you can come be a guest or something.
See, therein lies the rub, Erica. I think most people don't want to be known as somebody that actually listens to shows. So that's part of the problem. So we promise we will never mention you unless you want us to mention.
There you go. You can write a review and be anonymous, I think.
That is true. Well,
can't you? Or you can't?
I don't want to give false information. I don't know.
Maybe I don't know that either.
ChatGPT that.
Yeah. Well, but still, just write a review, guys. Come on. Yeah.
Okay.
I think we're good.
Apple Podcasts. Go over there. Nice Guys on Business. That's the name of the show. Okay, just so you know that. Leave a 5-star review. Please just don't leave a 1-star review. That would. You know what? I'll go out on a limb and just say leave a review.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a good thing.
You feel like you're getting quality week in and week out, only for the last, 10 years?
Absolutely.
Just leave us a review. Okay, we've covered that. We've covered the balls.
Now I got to cover. Because this
voicemails.
because I didn't leave the voicemail, or I did and we're not listening to it. I got to follow up and talk about what I was going to tell you.
Do you remember? Did you write it down?
Of course I do. No, I didn't write it down, but I remember because it's a hot topic.
You're so
topic
good.
Number 1. You mentioned Hearst Castle. That was you, not Strick, right? You? Yeah.
I mentioned Hearst Castle. It's funny I mentioned it because the plan was I was going there.
Yeah. So I want to hear that, follow up on that, and then I'll tell you a really cool thing about it.
Okay. Now I've been there. I've been there because my son and his girlfriend. The 3 of us went. JJ had to stay.
Okay. And did you love it? Because I love it.
Okay, so I'm going to give you this in as short a way as I possibly can. Yes, I loved it. No, the tour guide was horrible. And this was a complete change from what the tour guide was last time, which was I wouldn't have gone back on that same tour had I thought there was any chance I was going to get the same tour guide. I found out more information about his family than I did about William Randolph Hearst. And I don't think that is what you should be doing.
No. See, I think that the quality of the tour totally depends upon who you're getting as a guide, but we love it. We go all the time, and we are equidistant to Hearst Castle. So the amount of time it takes you to drive up from where you are is the amount of time it takes us to go down. And when we go down, we usually stay in Cambria, and Cambria is like one of my favorite places on the planet. Oh my
gosh. So many, we stopped in Cambria. We had a beer and listened to some live music and noticed how many art stores and shops there are in that town. There's more art shops than anything in that town.
And did you walk on the boardwalk? Like they have these they're flat, I guess that's what you call them. They're sidewalks that are made of boards that are on the bluff out to the water, all down Moonstone Drive. You did not do that?
Hold on a second.
Okay.
We were in Cambria. We were in the old town where it's a main street that runs left and right, and they have a coffee shop or 2 or 3, one gas station, and a whole bunch of art galleries, and a bunch of bars.
And from there, if you cross PCH, if you cross Pacific Highway,
never did that,
go toward the water, you're only talking a half a mile at the most, but quarter of a mile. then right along there is a street called, or an area called Moonstone Beach Drive.
Right.
And it parallels the water. And that's where you go and you park and you watch the sunset and you make out. And and you can bring beer and sit and watch.
Are there shops or anything along there, or is it just
there's only little tiny there's gazillion-dollar homes, and then there are a whole bunch of very reasonable hotel motel places, like the Fireside Inn and the Pelican Inn and all that, but they're really cute to stay in.
Right.
And then you're right there on the water. And then all along it, like for miles from one end all the way up to the next town, are these boardwalk things. I don't know how to explain it, but oh my God, you're really missing out.
We stayed at in Pismo Beach, so we didn't even get to the experience that. We just happened to stop at Cambria because I saw this little town right on the east side of PCH or Route 1 in that part of California, and it was just so cute. I'm like, we should go here and have a beer or have lunch.
Oh, I'm glad you did. I'll send you some photos of some things, but next time you go, do that. Go along there or stay overnight there or whatever. And then the drive up to Hearst Castle is great. But back to last week, you talked about how William Randolph Hearst had the zoo back in the day. Yeah. And that used to be his thing. Like all these stars and stuff would come up and they'd party and whatever. And then he'd have these wild animals. And you said, oh, I think he had everything. He had cats, he had cougars, he had jaguars, he had lions, he had tigers, everything. He had an elephant. And the things that are there now are the zebras, and they're still on the side of the hill. But you didn't think they had cats. Oh yeah, they had.
I wasn't sure because I didn't know if they had a polar bear enclosure that they reminded us that they had the polar bear enclosure. When you sit in on the tour, they give you part of the tour is like a 10-minute or maybe a 5-minute little movie, and they kept showing movies of these polar bears and the other stars that we're visiting. They didn't show all the other stuff other than they kept saying they had every kind of animal that a zoo would have. And I didn't know, were they in, you can't let just like a big cat roam, so they had to keep them in cages, I guess.
Oh yeah, in fact the cages are still there.
I saw the polar bear stuff. I didn't see any cat cages.
So it depends what tour you take or when, and who you have doing. A lot of information, if you didn't fall asleep on the way back down the hill,
Alex Trebek
is the guy in the bus, and they'll point things out. And there's this big grape arbor thing, and then they show you the polar bear cage thing, and then next to that are where all the cages were these were where the cats were, and these were where
When last did you go on a tour of Hearst Castle?
Right before COVID.
Okay, so
lockdown. I don't know. That had been 2019.
I don't know if this is new or if this is something that's been in existence. I seem to recall this the last time, but that was after COVID also. Alex Trebek, they have a pre-recorded going up the hill and down the hill message from him. The guy that was the bus driver did not, although he had a microphone, he never got on the microphone. So
here's the deal. You got to find a bus driver that's willing to turn it off. So we had one guy who said, on the way down, I'll tell you more. And so we got him again. And on the way down, he said, so let me tell you. You just got to get the right.
I got it. So we did the grand room tour, which includes the inside pool and the outside pool. The outside pool for me is the most dramatic and amazing part.
Is that incredible or what?
It's ridiculous.
And then, you can rent it, right?
I think I told you my rule on the renting. So if you are on the tour and you are so captivated by the pool, you want to go in and you just happen to go in, they will slap you with a $1,500 fine to jump in, because I asked the last tour guide. I also asked the last tour guide, how much does it cost if you want to rent the pool? And they said $1,000 to rent it for you and friends. And I said, okay, so in other words, I'm going to, wait a minute, hold on. It was the other way around.
It's the other way around.
Right. $1,000 for the fine. I'm like, I'll just jump in the pool.
Yeah.
And you get a free escort out of Hearst Castle at the same time. So yeah, I don't think they want you to go in. Man, they really, really stress they don't want you to sit or touch anything other than that Home Depot carpet that, they put down so that you
right. Now, I happen to like the indoor pool as well. I mean, it's a very different feel, but I like seeing like there's that dive thing that they dive down. I know people aren't, if you're not there, it doesn't sound wonderful while we're talking about it on air, but it really is kind of cool.
It is a very, very cool, very huge, lavish, elaborate house that took 29 years to build between he and his architect, and of course all of the people that worked on it. He never lifted a finger to do any of it himself. What's challenging for me about the whole William Randolph Hearst thing, and we, by the way, we watched Citizen Kane the night before we went because Olive wanted to, my son's girlfriend wanted to show Adam the other side of like the unauthorized quote unquote biography of William Randolph Hearst, which it really isn't. Right. It was and the whole thing took place in a mansion in New York where they shot it. But at the same time, you want to see like what did people really think was happening, and his madness and the thing, and his being a recluse and lonely in the very end stages of his life. But it's a really interesting story. But the thing that I was challenged with was understanding that Hearst, he never wanted for anything ever in his life financially. I mean, he was born into it, and he lived his entire life doing what he wanted to do, and he died that way as well. So I don't really feel like he had the normal struggles and was relatable to anybody that would be in my circle. I don't know about your circle or in our audience. So
no, it is fun to see what it was there and what it might have been like to be a guest there. But yeah, it's like a parallel universe. That's about as much. I will say one thing though. Well, I've said a lot of things, but I'll say another thing. I'm not a big gift shop person when you go to places, but at Hearst Castle, the gift shop there, I'll give it a 6-star rating.
Nice.
We have more. We have 6 out of 5. Oh. We have more pieces of beautiful art in our house that we've gotten there.
Really?
And I collect a lot of beautiful pieces of art that are just meaningful to me. Like I have this African piece that was put together, and it's all made of butterfly wings, and it's an African woman in a photo. So I'm not talking about I have like gazillion-dollar art all over. It's just I have lots of meaningful, pretty pieces, and in that gift shop, they have one of a kind things. So we got these statues that I don't know. It's just really cool stuff. That's all I can say.
Okay. And the magnificence of the tour did not disappoint. The tour guide was just bad. There's usually a tour in front and behind you, and it's not like they're pushing up or you're leaning into the next. So they're timed. He kept getting to the point where he needed to go into the house because he was finished sharing all of the information that he had. And he kept saying, we need to just sit here for 3 or 4 minutes while we're waiting for the next tour to clear out in front of us. And I kept thinking, I'm sure in Hearst Castle training, they didn't
tell your people to sit there and wait. Give
me information. He kept saying, what questions do you have? Do you have a question about, I'm like, I want to hear. I don't know what questions I have until you start talking.
Now, I will tell you for those listening that want to know this, and if you're wondering if there are accessible tours, there are. We need to do that because accessibility is an issue for me. And so they're a really very different tour than what you get. So there are just those of us that have mobility equipment with us get loaded onto these little things, and Steve comes along and we get a whole separate tour from you.
Well,
and it's very cool.
I'm sure. I'm sure. I could see a couple people that were behind us were taking a 6-passenger like golf cart
Yes,
around. Now,
that's it.
that was it. Okay.
Yep.
So also though, there are a number of challenges at the castle because I'm sure it wasn't built ADA compliant.
Right.
There's a lot of steps there. So you have to have the tour that would guide you around all of those.
That's right. And it drives around the back, and you get a private and into the kitchen from a room that none of you would go through. So you get some, there's an advantage.
So the next tour that I want to go on, you just said it. I want to tour the kitchen. There is a specific kitchen tour that you can get. And I think I've graduated. I've done this one now 4 times. Okay. I'm ready to go
rent a mobility scooter and take it up there and say that you need the accessibility tour.
I think I would sooner just have a different tour. They have different tours.
Yeah. No, get the kitchen tour. It's really cool.
Kitchen tour. Okay. That's good. Yeah. Was that, so what was the question that you just wanted to know what we were doing on the Hearst Castle tour? Was that what part of your voicemail was going to be?
No, I think I've talked way more than I did on the voicemail. No, I was just telling you because your question was, boy, I wonder if there were any cats, large cats.
Okay.
So that was voicemail, and then I was telling you about that I liked it or something.
Got it. Okay, then you went into, so you ran out of time. No, yes, you ran out of time.
And then I shifted to I think Strickland was talking about going to Vegas to see Donny Osmond.
Yeah, and I swore that Donny Osmond had died, but he
hasn't. And right. And he and his sister Marie, for many years, and I don't look it up, you can look it up, they had a residency at the old Flamingo.
Wow. Okay.
For a gazillion years. And the year before, again, 2019, right before the lockdown, we went to Vegas and went to see the Donny and Marie show.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God. Funny as hell. And we were lucky enough to sit 3 rows from the front. And so it was the 2 of them. And they did the, I'm a little bit country, I'm a little bit rock and roll thing. Right. And then Marie had this tube of red lipstick, and she would go down into the audience and she would draw, instead of kissing guys on the cheek, she would draw lips or a heart on guys' cheeks.
How Mormon of her.
Toward the front.
How Mormon of her.
Right, definitely. And I was sitting next to Steve, and my dear husband has had, since he's been 20, the most beautiful bald head in the planet. I love Steve's head. It's gorgeous, and it's very bald, totally bald. And so I pointed to his head, and he didn't know I had. And she came over and she drew the lips on top of his head, and Steve was like dying, and I am laughing. And so, and he kept the lips up there, and they're pretty good sized lips. And when we were leaving, I went into the restroom and grabbed a Kleenex and pressed it on the top of his head. Yeah. So I have the lips like transferred on, and we saved
to this day. Now, what year was that you did that?
That had been 2018.
Okay, so 6 years ago.
18, maybe 18. I don't know. Well, we could look up when did that would be good.
That's too hard.
Yeah. All right. Well, somebody can look it up. They were there in residency for the 2 of them, and I didn't know he was performing by himself elsewhere. So that must be where.
Then I get all distracted and looked at other famous. I get distracted, look at other famous singers, and then I'll run into Sonny and Cher, and then I'll Hall and Oates, and then we get into this whole thing in this conversation, and then that's why the shows are freaking an hour and a. Oh, I gotta ask you that. When we go, okay,
and how are we doing for time? Because I'm good. I don't have to go to Walmart.
No, I'm fine.
Okay,
I'm fine. We have as long as we need to.
Oh, cool. Okay. I may, ask me what were you going to ask me about the time?
Now you got to think I got to remember. Oh, okay, I'll remember. But first, I need to tell you that tomorrow we have to get up at 1:30 in the morning so that we can make our 5:15 flight at LAX so that we can go to Mexico to do a couples retreat.
Whoa, baby! Oh well, yeah. I will not keep you. Then you're gonna.
No. I'm not. That wasn't to limit our time.
Oh, okay.
That was more to just set the stage for maybe what we might talk about next after we we finished this part of the conversation.
1:30 in the morning.
Yeah, it was the flight that made the most sense. And we're troopers. We did the same thing basically when we went to Italy. We got up at 2:00 in the morning. There's no traffic. No traffic to get down to the airport. So I'm like, I'd much rather deal with no traffic than white knuckling it all the way to the airport, wondering if we're going to be on time, leaving at 6:00 in the morning.
Yeah, and then you could always sleep. I don't know how long's the flight from where.
Well, we're going to Phoenix first because there is no direct flight, unusually so, from LAX to Puerto Vallarta, where we're doing the couples retreat. Okay, so here was my question.
Okay.
We started when the origin of Nice Guys on Business, just Strick and I episodes, it was like 20 to 30 minutes. And then we somehow, I don't know, maybe it was episode 1,000, somewhere in there, we didn't do it for a reason, but it started to get to then an hour long. And now we when we are talking, I see myself having more information than will even fit in an hour. So now I feel like, geez, we are, we try to keep it at a half hour, then that's off the table now, completely off the table. Now my brain goes to, okay, well, we'll just keep it in an hour. And as soon as I approach like 50 minutes, I'm like, I got like 7 more things to talk about. I can't stop talking. And I found that the last few episodes are even into the hour and a half range. At what point do you stop having that? I got other things to do with my day. Or do you listen to it in parts?
Depends. So it depends how my day is going. So there are times I just like, oh hell, I'm down for this for the whole thing. I don't care how long it is. And there are other times where I'm drinking my protein shake for breakfast, listening to fuckery, and playing Wordle at the same time. And then I'm like, okay, now I'm going to take a break now because I want to save it for a little bit more this afternoon when I take a lunch break. And then I want to save it for a little. So it's really how I want to do it, but I like doing it in bites a lot of times because then I've got it. I feel like I've got something to perk me up throughout the day. And there are other times I do it like a straight shot. But I will say one thing. What year was it where you guys started the fuckery part? You and Strick?
Well, it originally started as business advice, just me and Strick, 56 episodes or something until we had our first guest. And then I don't know when we went to 5 episodes a week, all interview episodes. Then we dropped down to 3. I think it was 2 and a fuckery episode. The short answer is, I don't know.
Okay, but guess. I mean, if you had to guess, you've been doing fuckery for more than 5 years.
Oh yeah, for sure. More than 5 years.
Well, think about how the world has shifted and there is so much damn information available for us nonstop, right? I mean, it's information, right? And so much is bombarding all of us that no wonder your things are longer, your episodes are longer. You're in any one day, you got way more stuff that could have sparked something to talk about than you did back then.
I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with you. But it's like, so what you're saying is we're like the CNN of fuckery is what you're saying. It's like, hey, when did there get to be enough news that we can do this news 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? But I think that I have starved myself off. I just this past week when I got back from where the hell was I? It was after Italy, so I don't remember where I was. Since I got back, whenever it was, maybe a week ago, since January, I started now looking at the stock market again.
Oh,
because it was fucking scaring the hell out of me, and I was concerned. I'm like, I was doom and gloom there. I'm like, why am I doing this? It doesn't matter what the stock market is in January because I'm in it for at least another 10 years anyway. And historically, just like real estate, the stock market has gone up. So why am I doing this? So I starved myself off of that. I also, in December, I think you might remember this, I may have even started in November, I stopped Facebooking. And I have not gone back with the exception of just maybe 1 or 2 times in there. And you know what? I'm still feeling okay. I don't know if you guys are still upset about that but
I'll tell you on my end, at first I was, and then I missed you. And then Facebook really, for me, has shifted significantly since January.
Right. So
And
so not because of you and your alignment, it's more because of what's being presented in there. And it's like, I don't want to deal with that either.
no, it's not. It's all of it. It's what's being presented. It's like there's a freaking much more ads. There's like they'll force what they want to show you with reels, and then you go down those rabbit holes, and then and tons of people are that I used to follow that are friends have left, and they're over at Blue Sky or wherever, and I'm just I got
What's Blue Sky? What is Blue Sky?
Blue Sky. Oh, it's a whole nother platform. I
haven't.
Right. I cannot talk about it with authority because I know nothing. I'm sure.
Well, then you fit in perfectly with the show content.
Right.
Can't talk about
no authority. So, but I do know this. From what I hear and the people that have gone there, they like it way more. That it's way less politics apparently, and people feel. They like it better. I don't know. Okay. I haven't explored it yet, or if I will, I don't know. But life has shifted so much for me since January with what's going on with my mom that I can't tell if it's just that or if it's like I don't have as much interest in it as I did before.
I feel you. I hear you. I relate to what you're saying. Sometimes my son talks and I'm like, and I remind him of this. I'm like, what language are you speaking now? Yeah. He says these words and he talks to his girlfriend with these words. No, they're not negative words. They're just more like, I can't even remember. I can't even think of one word that he's using right now. You bodied that.
Yeah.
Like, what does that mean?
Right.
Well, that means you completely engage your whole core in everything that you bodied that. I'm like, where did that doesn't even, I mean, I guess it makes sense, but I don't understand. You can use it in so many different ways. And I'm sure I'm using it wrong here, but he speaks in this language where it's not just the word, the action word, it's the few words preceding it and the few words that are after that. And then I listen, as I did for 3 hours in each direction between Hearst Castle and my house, to the music that he listens to. And I'm like, oh, this is where he gets it from, because all of the words in the music are geared towards whatever it is slang and whatever. It doesn't have to be foul. It just is I'm like, where did these words come from? So
it's happening lost. So fast. Oh, good. I am too.
Okay. And I feel like at 60, it's okay to be lost. That's
the way I figure.
I had a conversation and I do a lot of these interviews on Nice Guys with a lot younger people than I am and in a lot different stage of their career. And all I keep thinking sometimes when I'm talking to these people is, you are working way too hard. And I'm not saying that I'm working not enough, or they're not saying I'm not working enough, but I just keep thinking you're hustling like every minute of every day.
Yeah. See, hustle ain't my thing. And from what I know of you, it's not yours either. I think you and I have pretty similar schedules. I'm like, good day is like, maybe I'll work from 1 to 4.
Right. I feel the same way. I like to get up early. I like to have my coffee. I'll look at my email to see if there was any podcast emergencies that happened with any of my clients so we can resolve them. I let the morning it happen on its own. So we'll go hiking or we'll go to the gym or I'll hang out around the pool, hanging out with the cats, go check on the Airstream. I'll look at the cars. I'll do some gardening. It's like none of this is related to work, but all of this is related to work, because without that, I won't enjoy the next 3 hours, because I'll keep thinking, I really should have checked on the, on the waste tank on the way. It's not sexy work. It's just work I like doing. I got to do those weeds. It's like I got to get rid of those weeds.
That's right.
So that happens, and usually until about 11 o'clock, same time frame that you're maybe in. I might do an hour or two of work, then I'll have some lunch, and then maybe I'll go back to work a little bit, or maybe I'm just constantly checking emails through the day, but not really doing anything, just kind of pushing the paper from my left side of my desk to the right side of my desk.
And then you're planning what's going in the smoker.
Yeah, then we have to plan what's going to the smoker or what cocktail I'm going to be making for myself.
Okay, now so I gotta pick up. We gotta go sideways from here to something.
Okay.
Talk to me about who and how dinners get planned. So here's what I mean by that. So is it you who says, "Hey JJ, tomorrow I want to put XYZ in the smoker. That's what we're having for dinner." Or do you plan the whole week and say, on Tuesday, let's smoke this, and on Thursday we smoke that? Like, and who is it like is it at 4:00 you say, holy shit, what are we eating for dinner? Like, how do you roll?
Well,
I gotta hear it.
I tend to be the more passive one when it comes to meal organization.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to meal prep, if it's smoker related, generally I'm the one doing the main thing and she'll do the side dishes. For the most part, I would say.
Who decided what it's going to be and when?
We decided together, usually either the night before or the day of. What do you want to do for dinner tonight? Like,
and then you go pull it out of the freezer.
Exactly. Like if we have some ribs that are, and we generally do have, I don't know if you remember the episode.
Oh, I got to tell you more about the freezer issue. I got it. Such a great idea for you for the freezer. I'm sorry. We're going to go there too. See, I'm just as off the map as you are.
That's all right.
Ms. Strickland. Oh yeah. So then
you can really survive in our house for several months without having to go to the food store.
And then people can come up here and they can survive another couple months.
Okay,
Same
great.
Thing. Yeah.
So unless you needed fresh fruit and vegetable, in which case we will generally go out. Like if we tomorrow, since we're going to Mexico for a handful of days, we haven't really stocked the house. But normally, what we'll do is we have all of our meats and proteins in the freezer or refrigerator ready to be taken out and thawed or put on whatever that we're going to do.
Okay, so let's say you just decide I gotta play.
Yeah.
So let's say you decide that tomorrow or tonight you want to pull out a rack of lamb.
Okay.
And it's frozen. So how do you thaw it?
Well, it will thaw. If you take something out in the morning and you don't refrigerate it, it will thaw.
Oh, you don't? Oh my God. I never thought anything out without the refrigerator. So it always takes me like 48 hours because
I think that's a little bit more paranoia setting in than
I'm sure it is. Enneagram 6, and so is our dear friend.
if it's like cryovac,
it's like, yeah.
It's like you don't. I personally, maybe somebody's yelling at the computer right now or their ear pods like, no, you can't do that. But
so but that's good to know. So you pull it out of the freezer and leave it on the countertop?
Right. So we'll pull it out, and then after winter's finished eating the raw food. So sometimes we have to protect it from the cats. But let's say this morning we decide we're going to have chicken on the grill. All right. Now, chicken does not take the entire day to thaw.
Got it. Yeah.
It doesn't even take close to that. So a few hours after we take it out of the freezer, it probably is okay, just based upon what I can feel. It's still very cold, but it's still maybe even a little frozen. I can put it in the refrigerator, let's say at noon, if it's been out since 7. So now we've got 5 hours that it's been out. It's now going to sit in the refrigerator from noon until 4 p.m. in the refrigerator.
Well, you just answered a major question for me. So bottom line is, you keep everything frozen, so do I. But the reason you can do what you do is we have a very different thawing process. For me, it don't thaw out without the fridge. Okay. I got it. Now, so that makes a difference.
If we can plan a day or two in advance, which sometimes we can, because sometimes I'm bringing the meat home from either Westridge, which is our local place that we can get some quality meat, or Trader Joe's, where we get some good grass-fed beef or organic chicken. It goes in the refrigerator, and I don't freeze it, so we just take it from there. Generally, I feel comfortable leaving something in the refrigerator for up to a few days without making a decision on freezing it. So then it will go directly on the smoker or on the grill from there. Got it.
Okay, now go back to the freezer for a second, because I don't know how many episodes ago you talked about your freezer and I thought, I got to tell you a little secret.
Yeah, go ahead.
But maybe, so you get a piece of paper and you get it laminated, 8.5 by 11, and you get a dry rub off marker.
Yeah.
And if it goes in the freezer, you write it on that, and you write ribs, May 12th.
So organized.
And then every time something comes out, you wipe it off.
Does
that not work for you, or what?
It would totally work. It sounds like a fabulous idea, worthy of application at any residence where normalcy is of the day.
Okay.
We did an entire inventory thinking, okay, we're going to just take the inventory of the freezer. We wrote down the 50 items that were in there, everything that was in there. We wrote them down.
Yeah.
We put it on a piece of paper, and we put the paper on our pantry door so that we could see it anytime we went to our pantry. So if let's say that we were going to have apricot ice cream that we made, or apricot sorbet that we made. Okay, the apricot sorbet comes out. We easily just put a line through it, and now we have 49 items in the freezer. The challenge is taking that pen and actually putting the line through it. It may not seem like it's a challenge, but it became the challenge. Like if I were to go to my pantry right now, I don't even know that list even still exists.
Now, why in the pantry rather than on top of the freezer itself?
Well, that would introduce the fact that you would think that there was like, hey, well, you probably have room on top of your freezer because it's a freezer. You got to have access to it. Every surface has something on it.
So if you took a magnet and put the magnet against the paper on the side of it, I'm just saying.
Seemed like that would be a great idea. Somebody has to lead that charge in this house because it's not me.
Or have a dry board dry whiteboard right above it or something.
It would seem like it would be super easy if we just had a QR code scanner so that when we pulled something out, it just automatically got scanned.
There's
then Amazon could refresh with whatever company that we were, or Alexa could refresh. Not you, Alexa. Could refresh.
Got it.
With whatever we have. But yeah, our freezer management is not where I would like it to be. I'm sure that neither one of us is completely happy with our freezer management here in this house.
Well, will that be a topic you discuss in your couples retreat?
Well, we are leading the couples retreat, so probably.
Oh my God.
So probably not.
Well, that's all right. You can just make a topic be, let's all talk about freezer management.
Well,
I forgot this is the one you're leading.
Yeah. So JJ, and I haven't talked about it a lot on the show, so I'm happy to answer questions about it, but no, we haven't. So JJ has this philosophy, and it's a true philosophy about people are as they dance. Salsa. So as you are a leader or a follower in salsa would generate how you are as a person. And it is very true. If you are a woman, or not a woman, because a woman doesn't have to be the, there's a leader and then there's a follower in salsa. Sure. The leader always has to lead, and the follower can't lead, or the leader will get all screwed up.
Right.
If you're a follower in salsa and you are trying to lead, you're going to mess up the dance. And so if you're a leader in salsa and you have a follower mentality and you go through follower actions, your follower will have no idea what you're doing. So that makes for a messed up dance also. So we talk about, I think there's probably something out there called salsaology. If there's not, we should probably TM the word.
Oh man, t-shirt.
Yep. Salsaology. As you are dancing, you are as a person. And it's very true. As you are in freezer management, you are probably.
Oh, that's so good.
So,
yes.
Yeah, that could be a topic that we do bring up as an example of two people that just don't want to have to manage. We manage so many other things in our lives. We don't have a problem with the outcome, so there really isn't a problem with what we're doing with the freezer. It's just perceived as a problem whenever we're like, well, what do we have in the freezer? I don't know.
Right.
Right. But it's filled. All of them are filled. Every one of them.
And tonight, what's going on what's getting taken out and putting on the...
Well, keep in mind that tomorrow is Mexico Day, so it's leftover night. So whatever is tilting forward in the refrigerator either gets eaten tonight or thrown away, because we don't want to have in 5 days whatever was in there getting, turning. So yeah.
So our challenge this week, which I love. So Steve is doing twice a year. He does a really robust detox cleanse.
Okay.
And it lasts 2 weeks. There's prep, 3 weeks actually. There's prep before, then there's the actual week of no food, and then there's a week getting back to food. And that week of no food is very nutritional broths and teas and all that. But when he does that, and I don't do that, it doesn't work for me. He does it twice a year, but when he does, I celebrate like hell, because I get to eat whatever I want, when I want. Like if I want to eat leftovers, I will. If I want to order takeout, I will. We don't have to, I don't have to coordinate. I don't have to lead. I don't have to follow. I don't have to do nothing. So you want to have your soup, you want to eat it at 3:00, 6:00, 8:00, and I want to eat dinner at whatever it is. I do whatever I want. So I'm happy camper.
Do you celebrate, but you enjoy the coming together, the other 49 weeks of the year?
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. And it's just a nice break. It's like, I don't know about you, but there are nights where I say, I really feel like, I don't know, Chinese food. And Steve's like, nah, I really feel more like Mexican. I said, well, okay, what about Italian? It just takes a while. Or it's like, hey, I wouldn't say every time one of us suggests, hey, tonight, let's make scrambled eggs, that we're always going to have a debate about it. But sometimes we have a debate about, well, do you want this or do you want that? Do you want this or do you want that? Do you want to eat at 6? Do you want to eat at 5? We're not exact every time.
I don't often.
So that's why I celebrate.
It's relatively rare that I have any problem if somebody else is arranging for the meal.
Oh.
So if JJ's, because she's a great cook, I love her food and it's always healthy. It's always gluten-free, mostly dairy-free, which is great for me.
So we eat exactly similar.
And so, if she says like last night, she had a client here this weekend and stayed in the Airstream, and we were making, or she made this amazing meal that included rotisserie chicken, or baked chicken. And then it was a cauliflower with this amazing, like almost like a heated buffalo kind of sauce that was on it, and it was baked into it, and a salad. And for dessert, it was like this strawberry gluten-free crumble. And, so we've been eating leftovers for that for the last couple of days. So last night, but not as that meal. So last night we had, she makes this freaking amazing salad that's got, it's kale, which I never thought I would like, but it's kale done right with a dressing that's a nice hearty dressing that's, brewer's yeast. It tastes like it's cheesy on there, and we put chicken on top, the leftover baked chicken.
Yeah,
my mouth is watering just thinking about it, and it was a delicious, healthy meal. And when you go to bed and you've had a really good meal, and you get in bed, you feel better.
Sleep better. Oh,
you
yeah,
no, better, you feel better. Agree. And so like that. How could I ever say, no, I don't want, I mean, there are some things that I don't like. I'm not a big eggplant fan. I think I was eggplant wrong as a husband in my first marriage, and it was overcooked.
Are you blood type O, or do you know?
I don't know.
Oh, well, you better find out and I'll tell you more.
Oh,
nutrition school grad here.
Wow. Interesting. How my body processes eggplant based upon my blood type. Interesting.
That's right.
Very interesting.
Yes, sirree, Bob.
So, so with the exception of that, there's pretty much nothing else that I really won't eat or try.
Well, no, there's not stuff either of us won't eat or try. Well, not nothing, but there are very few things. It's just who's in the mood for what. And so that not you. Okay. So I have to be in the mood for whatever it is. Well, and I'm the one who cooks, but Steve is my sous chef. He preps, he chops. That's his job. He loves to chop.
The biggest challenge in our house is if we are going to eat out, is trying to determine where we're eating. And then if we land on Thai food, there is a place that's probably 200 yards from my house. That's the easiest to walk to. It's a 2-minute walk from our house. And there's the place that she likes that's 15 minutes away. That's Thai also. I'm like, come on. I wish I had never discovered this other place. I think I was the one she probably heard about it from somewhere else, but I introduced it to her. I'm like, oh man. Now every time we get Thai, it's like, which Thai place are we going to?
So see, it's conversation.
Yeah.
Well, I got one more thing I'd love to ask you about because it's been on my mind a lot. Have you two things? One, I'm a Tracker fan. You watch Tracker?
Yes. With what's the guy's name? I can't remember the name of it.
Hang on.
Okay.
Not Jason.
I was going to say Jason too. It's not Jason.
No, I don't think it's Jason.
Aaron something.
No.
Okay.
No.
Anyway, okay.
I'll remember that in a minute. But you watch it, yes?
Yep. Yep. I
So
haven't
I'm
watched it in
liking
a
it,
while,
but I
though.
don't watch it. Oh, it's back on.
Is it back on?
Oh,
It's
yeah, baby.
all right.
The season finale just happened. So catch up the whole last season.
We are just I was watching
Justin.
Justin. Thank you. I was watching Gangs of London, and that kind of set the tone. JJ was watching Bunheads, which I didn't like. It was
I
the
don't know
same
that.
it's the same chick that's in Younger. I can't remember her name. Anyway, so I wasn't loving it. It's only one season. I could not watch beyond like 8 episodes, and then she's continued watching it. So that's the only time that we're really off on who's watching what. But
And are
yeah,
you watching LA Suits now?
no, have not gone to that one yet. I don't know that.
I love your perspective on that one once you start watching it.
Okay.
I'm not loving it because it's not as good as the first one from my view.
Yeah.
How could it ever be? But they are bringing back a few of the characters for cameos. So that's kind of fun. But, that was so well done. Suits was just so well done. And the characters were substantial. And you knew who they were. And they were all, if you think about it, most of them were bigger people, like bigger presence. So like when Harvey walked in the room, Harvey walked in the room. When Donna walked in the room, the redhead, she's tall. They got big. There's more Zoftic. There's more meat to them, right? And in this one, they've almost cloned every one of the actresses. In my mind, all look very, very similar. Slight, long, dark hair, different tones of skin from light to dark, but not much different. So everybody looks very similar. I can't explain it. It's just
all right. So you're not digging it.
Let's put it this way. I like it enough where I'd watch the next episode, but
you'll do that through the entire season. So it's not really pulling you in, but it's there. So it's doable. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're watching right now. We're watching the last few episodes of Handmaid's Tale. I like this season. This is good. I feel like it's not just doom and gloom. They're actually getting somewhere, and I feel like they're gonna make a move to freedom. I don't know if you're a fan of the show or if you've watched it at all.
I haven't, and I don't know what it is, but it's never drawn me. Although I love the main actress who's used to be in Mad Men. Yeah. But also the more that things are happening the way they're happening politically, and I won't I won't get into that whole thing, but I can even be more of a, what do they call Strickland when he goes crazy?
Incredulous.
Yes, I can be more incredulous than Strickland, and I won't grace you with that today. But nonetheless, it just seems too close to home.
I agree. Well, here's where we are. We're about an hour and 5 minutes into the episode. We have 2 voicemails.
Oh, let's do voicemails.
Jared that we really should get to. Okay. And then I should try to figure out as we were talking about food. I was like realized that I haven't had any food in quite some time.
Oh, today. You want me to keep chatting while you go grab a snack or something, or you want to just play the voicemails? Okay.
We're going to play the voicemails, and we're going to wrap up because our community cannot stand beyond an hour and a half. And I have a feeling just based upon what we're doing, we're going to go another 15 or 20 minutes just on these 2 voicemails from Jared. Okay. So, nice guy community. Apologies. I do not have the theme song unless you just heard it and Strickland figured out a way to edit it into the episode. But then he would have had to have also put in my interruption from the end of the theme song until the beginning of the first message. I don't know how he would have done that. So I just think it's going to go right from where Eric and I are talking right into the voicemails.
And I won't sing.
And you won't sing. Okay, let me go to let me share my sound. I think I got that all right. All right, let me go to the voicemail. And I see you, Erica, in the little tiny picture on the top of my screen. So I'm going to go to this voicemail, and then I'm just going to hit play and tell me if you hear Jared talk. Okay, just give me the thumbs up. All right, here comes voicemail number 1.
Hey, Doug, Jared here. So, talking about businesses, franchises, all kinds of crazy stuff. Doug Strick was not wrong. You were off the rails pretty quickly there. But anyways, Strick, you commented about the Pope and the Donald Trump Pope picture, and you said that he said Catholics can't take a joke. Well, I happened to see what he said. I watched him respond to this person. I can't remember the name of the person that asked him about it. And he said, the Catholics loved it. They can take a joke. It's the fake news media who can't take a joke. So it's funny that it went from him saying what he did to, oh, he said Catholics can't take a joke. And so, no, it's apparently being spread around by people that's what's happening. But anyways, I did see that particular one, oddly enough. I mean, I don't go out of my way to watch any of that stuff, but it happened across one of my feeds. Anywho, just thought I would share that with you. So, yeah, no Pope Trump, thank God. But anyways, all right, folks, see you.
I won't comment on the Trump side of it because we don't have to get into politics, and I don't have anybody to stir up here. Usually,
I don't know that I get where Jared stands on it, though. That's not.
I think if I'm interpreting this properly, it really wasn't a political commentary more than it was, or it was more so a comment about the people that are against Trump were saying that he said that the Catholics can't take a joke. And the reality of it was, according to Jared, I know none of this, by the way. I'm just going from hearsay here from what Jared and Strickland are saying. Strickland is saying that he said Catholics can't take a joke. That was very liberal left. I think what Jared was saying was, what he actually said in the comment was that Catholics can take a joke. He said that the Catholics loved it. So that would be the conservative right that was sharing that. So therein lies the rub, that nobody believes or knows what anybody's talking about anyway. Maybe Jared's right. Maybe Strickland's right. Maybe there's a fact here. Maybe there's fake news. I have no idea.
I have no idea either. I didn't love it, but
I thought it was funny to a degree that I couldn't. I saw the chimney. I saw orange smoke. I honestly, I didn't even get it at first.
So, you didn't see him dressed as a pope, though?
No, I did not.
I thought that's the one. No, there's a huge picture of Trump dressed as the Pope.
And he actually, that was a real picture of him. It wasn't like a AI version.
I don't know that. I just know when I saw it, I like gulped big time. I mean, it's a thing for me is, I don't know. You just don't mess around with that. It'd be like seeing him as the Dalai Lama. It was just yucky.
I guess the other thing is it really, how presidential is it for the president of the United States to dress as the Pope?
Right. I don't know. I didn't like it. I don't think any of us should be dressing as the Pope.
But you know what? Theme song from Jared. Screw the rest of
you all. Okay. Got it.
All right. Let's
see the next one.
Let's get to voicemail number 2.
Hey, Doug, hey, Strick, Jared here. Voicemail number 2. Okay. All right, fellas. Apparently I got catching up to do because I've missed a couple of weeks of calling in. So I apologize for being a slacker. No, I don't. Maybe a little. I like hearing myself on the voicemail, so I'm apologizing to myself, I think, really. Anyways, you guys were talking about, the length of the show again. And, as I said before, you guys just have your conversations. And when it's over, it's over. Dude, the fucking lengths don't matter.
True.
Doug, Strick, if one of you has something you want to talk about it when you're done. Or if there's something you don't want to talk about on the recording, and fucking cut it, man. It's all good. We are just happy that you guys take the time to hit that record button every week. So it's not about the length. So size doesn't matter. I'll let you two ponder that one. Anyways, so I appreciate you guys and love the show. See ya.
There you go. We got the answer.
But what about the links though? Do we go? Have you ever heard something that was referenced in the show and we said we're going to put a link in the show notes? Have you ever gone to the show notes to check a link?
I have.
You have?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Would you have been disappointed if it wasn't there?
I think there might have been a time you did say there was something there and there wasn't, but I wasn't like, oh, well, I'm not going to like follow up and then call and bitch about it. And I can't even remember what that might have been. But if there is something of interest that oh man, I can't wait to go check that link out, I would.
Well,
but I don't think we have links today.
No links. I purposely left anything that would be link related out because that would be like the next step. Like I have no idea. I don't know where the show notes to me. I don't even know where they are. I mean, are they in? It seems like it doesn't. Do they really exist? I refer to them all the time, but I have no idea.
Of course they do. I mean, if you go to your phone and you go under the Apple thing and you play it from there and you scroll down, you can see the show notes.
That was a lot of steps.
That's a very lot of steps. But
I don't think I could.
I don't do steps.
Oh, okay. So you don't do steps. I don't do links. I would prefer that if there's something that we need people to do. I think we actually said to them, rate and review, but we didn't tell them how to do it. Right.
That's true.
Okay. Well, if you can't figure it out, you should not be listening to the show. I will just tell you that right now. I don't want to do it. I probably could figure it out, but hell, if you don't know how to do it, I don't want to be the one. Here's what we can do now. Chat GPT it.
There you go. See, it's good for something. And my view is you got to get busy. You got to go eat leftovers and you got to get ready to get up at 1:30 in the morning for God's sake.
Jeez, what the hell was I thinking?
I don't know.
Okay.
Program the coffee maker to go off so you at least get some coffee in your.
No, because it's an hour and a half drive. I'd have to pee like a racehorse.
Then you have to
by
pee.
the time.
Forget
I don't want to have anything. I'm just going to go to Earth Cafe when we get to the Southwest. That's the best part about getting to LAX. Having the coffee at Earth Cafe, although it is an $18 cup of coffee, it's probably worth it. And by the time,
holy crap, that's a whole conversation for another day. Coffee, we'll talk about another time.
We will. All right, why don't you say the magic words to finalize? The
magic words are Steve O'Brien. Go ahead and take us out.
For the Nice Guys on Business, I'm Steve O'Brien. Fill up your week with the nice guys. That's their story, and they're sticking to it.